France against Wales. Two sides with kind of differing fortunes prior to lockdown. France, 3 wins and a loss. Wales, 1 win and 3 losses. It wasn't the best start to Wayne Pivac's tenure as Wales coach, but as he gets things set up his own way, it may take it some time to get everything the way he wants it. Whereas Fabien Galtier having a pretty good run of it, you'd have to say, with France. So, yeah, these guys are playing what's essentially like a warm-up game this weekend, Saturday evening, which makes it Sunday morning for those of us here in New Zealand, which is pretty nice. It's a good one to wake up to. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning over here. Wake up, have some brekkie, and watch some rugby. So, yeah, I'll go over the squads. I'll put them in the description as well if I remember. And recent results, predictions. You guys can let me know your thoughts on how things might be going to go. Recent history between these teams, to say it's tight would be doing a bit of an understatement, man. Like it's 3-2 to Wales. Wales got that quarterfinal win in the Six Nations, but France got the quarterfinal win in the Rugby World Cup. France got that recent win in the Six Nations. Prior to that, 2019, 2018, Six Nations, it was Wales. 2017, Six Nations, it was France. If you look at the total scores of those 5 games, I think France have scored like 98 points and Wales 99. So it's like more or less an average of 20, like 19 or 20 points each a game. So it's much of a muchness. There's never much between these teams. 27-23 in 2020, 20-19 in 2019, 24-19, 14-13, 20-18. Always seemingly very, very close. So let's hope it's something close this weekend. But again, there's nothing really on the line. So if it's a blowout, it won't be maybe as surprising. French lineup is mostly guys I think we saw during all guys we saw during the Six Nations campaign. Baille, Marchand, and Haouas are your front rowers. Haouas obviously got red carded in that last game of the pre-lockdown Six Nations against Scotland. So if I was Wales, I might be looking to get under his skin a bit to see if you can get him to lash out. I don't know if that's a game plan, if it's a bit cynical, but once you've shown you can do that, then expect to be targeted by that is what I would say. Roux and Willemse are your big locks. Cros, Ollivon, and Ollivon, and Alldritt are your back rowers. Ollivon is the captain, and they were getting a fair few tries from the back row, were the French in the Six Nations. So that plus scrum time will be one to watch. Dupont is maybe the world's form 9, I think, still right now. He can do a bit of everything. And Ntamack with him, like both those guys being the age they are, with the chemistry they've got together, that should be a key partnership going forward for France. Fickou comes back into the midfield. They had him on the wing in that last game of the Six Nations, so he's at 12. Vakatawa is still there at 13. He's always a threat, big ball carrier. It'll be interesting to see if they try and pull some of the same moves they do at club level with him, kind of chasing through on kick balls through. Rattez on the left wing, Teddy Thomas on the right wing. He couldn't even make his club team for the Champions Cup final, but he's made it for France. And Bouthier with that big boot of his is there at 15. Ramos on the bench, Bamba is on the bench, Saran, and so on. For Wales, there's maybe a little bit more inexperience in that you've got a couple of guys who make their debut, but then on the other end of the scale, you've got Alun Wyn-Jones, who is going to equal Richie McCaw's test match record. This will be his 148th test match, which is just phenomenal. That's quite an effort. Reese Carey, Ryan Elias, and Samson Lee are the front row. I believe Ken Owens has got an injury, so he's not in the squad for this one. Corey Hill, and as I mentioned, the ever-present Alun Wyn-Jones is captain in the second row. Obviously, Wayne Pivac was talking him up prior to the game, as he should be, because the guy is just a talisman for the whole team. Wainwright, number 6, not like the stereotypical number 6 either. He's very athletic, rather than just like a big, like not like a Jerome Kino style player. But it's good to have that extra bit of skill as well. Tipwreck with his work at the breakdown at 7, and Falatau is there at 8. Watchers of Bath have told me he's been in phenomenal form in recent times. Because ever since he's had all those injuries, there's been a question as to how can he get back to himself of old. But from what people have been telling me, he's doing a pretty good job of it. Reese Webb always attracts a bit of stick from Wales fans. Number 9 with Wales is still an interesting one. You got Reese Webb, you got Gareth Davis, Thomas Williams. Like there's a bunch of guys. There's not really that one that's the out and out definite 9, is there? We'll see how Reese Webb goes. Dan Bigger is 10. Tompkins and Jonathan Davis. I'm so happy to see Jonathan Davis back at international level. It feels like it's been an age as well. He's just class, all-round package, man. One of my favourite players in the world. Him and Tompkins in the midfield. Josh Adams, left wing. George North, right wing. Lee Halfpenny at fullback. The guys I mentioned making their debut. Sam Parry, I don't know a lot about him. Hooker, I think he plays for, was it Ospreys? I don't watch enough of the Pro 14 again to know, but people have talked him up saying he's pretty good. Lewis Rees-Zammit is another guy who's going to make his debut. I have seen him play. He's lightning. He's a big boy as well, so tall. I would have thought maybe give him a start in a warm-up game. It's a good time to blood him rather than a game when something's on the line, but maybe they bring him on early. So, still got Dylan Lewis, Nicky Smith. You got a bunch of Davises on the bench. Seb Davis, James Davis, Gareth Davis. Imagine if all those guys come on alongside Jonathan Davis. Commentator's dream, I'm sure. So, should be a pretty good game. I think it's on the Welsh language channel on the BBC, plus it's on ITV. Both of those are free, so if you're inside the UK, nice, you can watch those pretty easily. If you're outside the UK, you can do that as well, but you'll need to use a trick. We'll do that later. The predictions for this one, bookies over here in New Zealand have got France by 5 points, maybe partly Six Nations form, partly the fact they're at home. Rugby Forecast algorithm also has France, but only by 2. Between these two teams, 5 points seems to be a pretty big margin. So I don't know that I would be betting on this one going particularly far one way or the other. But either way, let's hope it is a good game. So yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on this one. How do you reckon it's going to go? Players you are pleased to see. Any changes you would have liked to see made? Like the French side also looks pretty conservative. Wayne Pivac's got a couple of guys getting their first runs. So yeah, they're both taking it pretty seriously for a warm-up, you'd have to say. But I guess because some real games are on the line soon. But I mean, it's a test match either way, so no one's going to be taking it easy. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later. So guys, if you are looking to watch Ireland against Italy in the Six Nations, France against Wales in the Autumn Nations Cup and Six Nations warm-up, both those games will be here on the ITV Hub, which fortunately is a free service. You can see I've already signed in to my account. You do need to sign up, but it's a free service. So as long as you can put in a name and an email address and I think a UK postcode, which you may have to Google, you should be able to sign up to the ITV Hub to watch the games live. You can see on their listings, you got Six Nations Championship here. This is local time, so Saturday, coverage between 2:45 and 5:45. And then a few hours later, you have got, they've just called it International Rugby, but that's the France and Wales game there in the evening. So yeah, as we've used the ITV Hub, some of you guys may have, for the Rugby World Cup last year. It's a pretty good service. It is only available in the UK, so if you're in the UK, kind of lucky you get to watch for free. But you see, I'm not in the UK, but I'm signed up here with the VPN, so I'm connected to one of the UK servers, so I essentially can access the same services as if I was in the UK. So this is sports that's already been played. From memory with the Rugby World Cup, it's usually available for about 30 days. 30 days. So yeah, for example, you can see here they've got British Formula 3, obviously another thing they've got the rights to, so you can either watch it live and stream it, or if you want to watch it on demand, like I'm going to set it up now to watch it after the fact. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward one. I do like the fact that rugby is free to air. I should say, as you can see here, you do have to watch ads. You have to watch like 3 or 4 ads before you can get to the content. That's kind of the price for it being free, I guess. But yeah, if you are looking to watch the games, like I said, live on demand. Some of the game times don't work for various parts of the world, so jumping on ITV is certainly one of the more preferable ways to get it done. Here's what I mean about the thing expiring. You can see this one expires in 18 days, so you do have to watch it within like however many days. I think it's 30, but don't quote me on that. But yeah. So yeah, I'll put a link to this one that I'm using in the description. It's ExpressVPN. I've been using it for ages just to get around kind of geo-blocked content. It works really well for me. It's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you sign up for a year, you get like 3 months free. So yeah, check it out, guys. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.